Some think July 4th is the time to show your patriotism. Not me. To me, it's like drinking on New Year's Eve. You should do it year-round. Patriotism really is a celebration of luck. You are lucky you are here and not there. Is it necessary to express such pride? Yes, because so many others don't. In this unbalanced world, your patriotism cancels out those who find it uncool. Younger people need to see that it's okay to love this place, because in pop culture and on campus, they're taught that it's far cooler to denigrate than elevate. Mockery masquerades as risk. But cookie dough is edgier than that, which leads me to this stat. The Pentagon says 71% of millennials aren't qualified to serve in the military. Some of the hurdles are tattoos and corks in your earlobes, as well as prescription drug use. I hear that. To which I say, time to change those standards. A tattoo of me on your neck doesn't make you any less patriotic. It might make you look odd, but so does the hair on our politicians. It amazes me that bad hair plugs can get you elected, but a tattoo won't let you fight. As for drug use, everyone's on something. To deny opportunity to serve one's country because of treatment is to deny that reality. And often the cure for most things is purpose, service, and achievement. The one place left for that in a world succumbing to ephemeral satisfaction is the military. It's still the only place where you can kill infidels with a dolphin tattoo on your ankle. All right, KG, you've got a lot of tattoos. All over the place.
Invisible tattoo.
You're like an atlas.
Okay, just for the record, before we spread more like Bob-like rumors, there's no tattoo on this body. It's the temple.
True. You have a tattoo of your body on your body.
In case I forget what it used to look like.
You do have tattoos. You must
no, I don't,
just
Bob.
be honest with people.
All right, this is going.
You actually have a tattoo of tattoo from.
How did you know? Fantasy Island.
Yes,
I used to watch that all the time with Mr.
Vilches. All right, I almost had a question for you.
Yeah,
should tattoos keep young men and women from serving?
No. It matters what's in your heart, not what's on your skin, right? I mean,
Beautiful.
to me, that's what, I mean, I don't care. You know, pull the cork out. Maybe that's a little bit excessive and could get tangled on something. But other than that, that's your body art. That's your expression. I don't see how there's a direct correlation to finding you unfit to serve. There are plenty of people that are in the armed forces right now that, believe me, we're happy we've had them where they are, and they have tattoos. So what is the rationale here?
My friends in the military are covered with tattoos, and I think it looks scary, Eric. I think that actually frightens the enemy.
Yeah, that's a very good point. Why is it that you can't have tattoos and fight for your country, but you can have tattoos and be elected officials? I mean, that is absolute insanity. And the hair, I agree with you on the hair thing, too. You know, culture's changed, you know, and it's time for I would say, in my opinion, maybe it's time for the military to rethink that philosophy. I do understand what they get to, though. That's why you get the short haircuts. They want a standard. They want you focused on the goal.
Right.
The goal is to kill the infidel, not necessarily look at the other guy's tattoos, and maybe it could be distraction. However,
and we have women in the
American
military.
culture has changed. More and more people have tattoos. I'm not sure. I might agree with Bob. Maybe Kimberly does say maybe a little. Maybe a heart or a strawberry somewhere, no?
She does.
Oh,
I do not have a strawberry. What are you talking about? Where do we get that?
That might be a birthmark.
Strawberry shortcake?
I actually have a tattoo of a birthmark, in case anybody's asking. Bob,
sure.
What about prescription drug use? Why should that prevent people from serving?
I have no idea. I mean, one of the things they talked about was anything to do with either Ritalin or Adderall for attention deficit disorder. And it would seem to me that if you have attention deficit disorder, what a lot of people do, that taking prescription drugs to focus that in and get yourself focused in it, I don't understand why that's a problem. I can understand why if you're doing 200 Vicodin a day, that might be a problem.
Yeah.
Oh my God,
but if you're talking about,
no,
but they're specifically talking about ADHD. And so I don't understand that. The tattoo thing, I heard somebody argue that in order to stay, you know, is an organized force and everybody following it with like the haircut. A tattoo is an expression. They want uniformity. But I mean, I can't remember the last time I went out with a girl who didn't have a tattoo.
Yeah.
Well, look at who you got with.
I know.
Besides the nice set.
Yeah, that's okay. But you know, it's the ones with the tattoo from the arm from here to here. That's
sleeve.
Yeah.
Dana, tattoos and let's say what do you call they're called ear gauges, which you used to have them years ago.
They're really small though. You can hardly see.
Yeah, when you were in a biker band. These are high-risk behaviors, or they resemble high-risk behaviors. Couldn't somebody who gets tattoos and get piercings be ideal for the military because they're an adventurous type?
Well, I do think that the people at the Department of Defense have thought about all of this. Look, they're not looking to turn people away necessarily. They would like for people to be able to pass all of these tests and to come to the military. On tattoos, it's very specific. It's no tattoos on your fingers, your neck, or your face. So if you want to get the dolphin tattoo on your hip bone, I mean, knock yourself out. That's not going to disqualify you from service. On the Ritalin piece, I do think that the military has to think in the long term, which is if ever the troops are out in the field and they get cut off from everybody and you can't get your Ritalin and your Adderall and you're responsible for the well-being of your comrades, then maybe that is going to be a problem. So they're probably being overly cautious.
Yeah.
But I don't think it's unnecessary. It's not without some thought.
Believe me, in Pakistan, there's a Walgreens on every corner.
Also, you can't have the things in the ears because, like, what if the enemy just grabs you by the ear and
is that what they mean by earplugs? Like earbuds?
Yeah. We have a picture of it, which they'll throw up now. But it's like this thing it's a very thick.
Why would I just don't? Okay, and I don't understand that. I don't understand the appeal.
Tribal.
Why do people do that?
It's just something, you start with a piercing, then you move up to a different kind of piercing, and then you move up to these things. It's just about extremity.
Usually you see it in like tribal communities, like what is it?
Like the West Village?
Sang
in
Africa?
Can I throw a quick point in here? I'm looking at this pie chart, and they say 28% of them don't qualify because of medical reasons, obesity being one of them. But here's how fortunate we are. We have, 2 million active military members or so. We have a National Guard. We have all that. It's all volunteer. So we can be selective like that.
Right.
That's the beauty of the American military. And hats off to our military because
volunteers
volunteer and they step up. And we have 2 million, the strongest military in the world.
And also, it's a great place to learn a lot of leadership. It's a great career if you choose to do that for the long haul. It's a great way to see the world. And the sad thing is, listen to the requirements for a 17 to 21-year-old male. All you have to be able to do is 35 push-ups in 2 minutes, 47 sit-ups in 2 minutes. I don't know where they get the 47. And you have to be able to run 2 miles in just over 16 minutes.
Well, 8-minute mile.
That doesn't seem like too much to ask.
No, it doesn't. But I don't know.
Not that I could do what a 17-year-old male could do, but I can't. I could.
You should probably try
it. For women, you have to do 13 push-ups. I could do 13 push-ups right now.
What do you think about an arrest record for stuff like pot possessions, Kimberly?
They're going to have to get over it.
They're going to have, there are just too many people.
Look, if it's for possession, a small amount for personal use, I recommend to people to get those things expunged off their record.
How?
Hire a good lawyer.
Oh.
Yeah, but
over a certain period of time.
They never had any of these requirements during Vietnam. When they were drafting people, you could have all the tattoos you wanted. They just needed bodies to throw into it. So I guess with the volunteer army, you can be more selective. But you wait till you have a situation where you have to have the draft back. I wonder whether they hold these criteria then.
Well, that was the point I was trying to make, is we're so fortunate that we have such a strong volunteer army. We don't need to lax these restrictions. Maybe it's working. Maybe it's working.
Well, let's go around the table.
Kind of a cheerful segment so far.
It really is. Yeah. Well, we all know that what makes America great is the military.
That's correct.
If it wasn't for the military, we'd be nowhere. If we go around the table, what do you think makes America great, Kimberly, besides its shoes?
I believe our diversity. Only in America you can meet people from all over the world, different backgrounds in life, and two people who start out with very different circumstances, come from very different families, could end up in the same place, like the White House. And I think that's what's amazing. That's why everybody wants to cross our borders, right? They all want the American dream. They want to be part of the life that we're all so fortunate to be able to enjoy. I get the motivation, but we also have to preserve the way of life for everybody who's here and do it in a legal and orderly way.
Bob?
I like the freedom to be able to be opposed to military action, and that's and not have to pay a punishment for it. But I oppose a lot of military action, but that's my right to do that.
Hundreds of thousands have died for you to have that right to do that, and that's a good thing.
Did you have to throw that kind of depressing comment in?
Well, no, but that's the beauty of America. Sure. You're right, that you can do that, even though people are dying in the battlefield, so that you can do that. What makes America great for me is our capitalist system. Free market capitalism generates more wealth, more strength, more power than any other system in the history of the planet. And hopefully we continue to have elected officials that, even though they try and screw it up, they can't. It's that powerful.
What about you, Dana?
Well, I was thinking
dog parks.
Yeah, but there's really not enough of them, and so we need to work on that in the next 10 years for the next election. That should be one of the platform pieces for the Republican Party. In addition, I like it that America, it protects your God-given inalienable right to be free. So that's the most natural state of being. Everybody is conceived with that right, and it's only the governments who take that away. In America, we actually have been able to protect it for over 200 years.
I would add to that choice and innovation. We are overwhelmed by so many options that we're often, to a detriment. We don't know what we want because we have so much of everything. We have the greatest culture, I think, in the world, which is why when people come over here, they have to learn to leave behind the crappy parts of their culture when they come here and only bring the best. That's why we have great restaurants.
And go to the parade.
And go to the parade. Parades are
where you're
fun.
not forced to clap at certain places where you can just enjoy it.
Look at the diversity of food you eat every day.
Exactly.
Right? What are you going to have today?
That explains my food poisoning this morning.
Okay, great.
Oh my goodness. Anyway, thank you, Imodium. All right.